Here's some tools that you could start using immediately in your businesses, in your online business, and your offline business for that matter. But see, I'm not an online guy. That's not my area of expertise. About 6 months ago, my website was so awful that I was embarrassed to even click on it myself. Like I would get this gut-wrenching feeling. I don't know if you ever felt it was so awful. So I started shopping around for people that would help me redesign my website. And I went through about 3 or 4 different people, and I noticed something very, very strange was happening. Is they all kept saying, well, I'm partners with Frank Kern. Or they kept saying, Frank Kern's name kept coming up. And of course, they don't know this guy, Frank Kern. Everyone from London, from this place, everyone knew Frank Kern. And I never had heard of Frank before, because I don't come from this world. And about 4 or 5 months later, through a couple of other, coincidences, so to speak, I ended up meeting Frank. And as soon as the two of us met, it was like, boom. It was a connection because, in a sense, Frank is sort of this, world-renowned internet marketing guru/legend. And he is. He's almost the father of internet marketing. And on my side, I'm in the other side of the business world, which is offline, probably one of the top people in the art of influence and persuasion. So Frank is marketing, and I'm persuasion. And the persuasion side of it is really what happens after the marketing is done. In other words, you can be the greatest marketer in the world, but if you literally can't fucking close. But is it okay if I know Frank, I'll curse a couple of times. I'm from New York, and I worked on Wall Street, right? So I let out the F-bomb once in a while. It's okay, right? Yeah. Yes? Louder, yes? Yes? Awesome. If not, fuck off, because you already paid your money, right? So when Frank asked me to come speak here, I was like, okay, fabulous. I was just getting off a tour. I was on tour for about the last 5 weeks. I was in Australia. I was in Asia, Singapore, Thailand, Malaysia, New Zealand, did the whole 9 yards. I was away from my family for 5 weeks. Not a great thing, but it was a really successful tour. When I came here, I said to Frank, listen, I've been on tour and I've been speaking to people who are mostly budding entrepreneurs, people that want to get into business for themselves. It wasn't an online tour. I said, and I was here the first day, and I think pretty much all of you are entrepreneurs. Raise your hand if you're an entrepreneur here. You can so. Everyone, right? Is anybody here, don't feel embarrassed while throwing an egg at you. Is anybody here that's not an entrepreneur? No, right, so you're all entrepreneurs, right? Of course, we have entrepreneurs and we have fucking entrepreneurs. There's a difference, right? You have like sort of dabblers and you have masters or experts like Brendan was talking about. But the bottom line is this. As I said to Frank, I said, tell me, I want to serve your people at the highest level I possibly can. Because who's read the book, by the way? How many? A lot of people. Okay. So I have a lot of experience in business, all right, starting from a very young age. And I built one of the largest brokerage firms in America, was making $50 million a year, not in profit for myself, when I was 26 years old. Okay, had private jets, had the whole thing, yachts, sunk a yacht or two, kind of screwed up a bit, did a couple of drugs, just a couple, right? I should look like Keith Richards from the Rolling Stones, right? But anyway, I said to Frank, tell me, I said, what is it, through everything that I know? I said, give me the top 3 reasons, the top 3 things that hold your people back from achieving massive wealth and success. And it took him about 4 seconds to give me the first one. And I'll tell you what they are. I'm going to write it down for you. Number 1, or number 3 actually, because the third reason, was overwhelm. And I was surprised when he said it. He goes, it's overwhelming. He goes, there's so much info out there. There's so much opportunity out there. There's so many different things you need to be competent at that people tend to just say, shit, what do I do first? And they get overwhelmed, so they do nothing. They wait around for the perfect plan. They wait for the perfect product, for the perfect partnership or joint venture, the perfect month to launch, whatever it might be. But they fall into this level of overwhelm. And once you're in that state, that's a state of mind, emotional, physiological state, it's very difficult to do anything well. You could be the best entrepreneur in the world, but if you're in a state of overwhelm, you can't do much entrepreneurship. If you're a great parent and you're in a state of overwhelm, you can't be a great parent to your children. So when you're in that terrible state, nothing good happens. So that was the first thing that Frank said. They are overwhelmed with the magnitude of information, so they don't take action. Very important. The second thing he said to me was, so many of these people, they just don't have a powerful enough why. Your why. And that really means, and just so you know, who here knows a little bit about self-development? Raise your hand, say aye. Aye. Louder, please. Aye. Thanks. Because it's after lunch, I want to keep some energy going here. So we all know what finding your why is. I don't want to make this some bullshit cliche session here about self-development, because we've all done that stuff, and some of it's really powerful, but a lot of times it doesn't really work. It doesn't take. For some reason, we don't actually get it and go to the highest level where we can internalize it and make it real in our lives. So what Frank was saying to me was that a lot of they want to make money, they want to be wealthy, they want to do the right thing, they want to give massive value, but they don't really understand at the higher level what their vision is for their own world, for the people that they love, not just themselves, for the people that they love, the people that they care about. They don't know why they're really doing it. That was the second reason. And the first one, which is the most compelling of all, and what it just so happens I am probably the world's foremost expert in, is Frank said, most of the people, no offense, he said in an avuncular, nice way, he goes, a lot of these people, and I'm going to use Frank's exact words, they cannot sell their way out of a paper bag. Sell their way out of a paper bag, meaning they're not closers. And because of that, and because they lack this, which is the most crucial distinction in success, bar none. Bar none is the ability to close the deal. Because of that, what happens is this. In your heart of hearts, we're all, all of us, we're all very smart, and our brains are constantly working and figuring shit out, right? So your brain is saying to you, I know I don't really have this stuff down, so I'm probably not going to succeed anyway. So you end up not taking action. See, I have a theory that goes as follows. Most people say, well, people don't take action because they have a fear of failure, right? I think, yes, that's true to some extent, but even more important is that people don't take action because they don't truly